Hello, this is just something else I've been messing around with while being stuck at home. I haven't been well for a little while, but this is a live tracking of the ISS, the International Space Station, and on the main screen is basically visuals from the ISS. Down here, which I'm going to zoom in right now, this is the data, the speed 270 or 27,554 kilometers per hour, and down here is the actual position of the satellite, which is going to arrive at some stage around the bottom of Ireland. Now down here, what I have here is a Whistler. It's a Whistler scanner, and what it does is, what I can do is I can program in the download frequencies, which is 144.800 and 145.800, and I had been successful a couple of days ago. Thing was, the camera was not the camera wasn't around in time. I got 30 seconds of audio from the ISS, which is ham frequencies on board. The 144.800 is the download frequency. I'm not interested in the upload frequency because I'm not amateur licensed, but I can listen, you know. So at the moment, the satellite is there. Within a couple of hours, it's going to be approaching. It's going to be approaching Ireland and the bottom half of the UK, and you can actually get apps on your phone. I haven't looked at the apps yet, but yeah, it's not paranormal, but I'm still interested at the same time. You know, recently I've got night vision monoculars and binoculars. I also have a Nightbox 110R, which it records in video as well, just to observe the sky. Like, you know, you've seen me on videos, and I do take the mick out of the theory of little green men, and, you know, I crack jokes about it. But it's interesting at the same time, you know. But this scanner actually has another little trick up its sleeve, which us in the paranormal, when we get a radio and you're big into the paranormal, the first thing you say, wonder, can you hack that? Well, way back, Appydroid showed us how to use one of these as a spurt box. Now you need a amplifier to hear the scan, and I came up with this little key here that it's just basically it's a cable tie, and what you do is, if you have to hold a button down, you just slide the end of the cable tie down the side of a button. And I found you can actually do this with this scanner. With you can do this with this scanner basically, and the thing about this scanner is it's got an FM radio, which I haven't fully programmed in yet, but it's got the UHF, VHF, the air bands, marine bands, weather, fire service, yeah. These are sold sort of worldwide, and we can't listen to emergency services because the radios that they use now is like a mobile. It's like a mobile radio, which you can't listen to. But with this, right, I'm going to go on to airband. You know, you do have some of the Roberts that can scan in FM, AM, medium wave, short wave, but I never had a radio that could scan an AM or on air bands, or on the ham radio bands like UHF and VHF. So we're on the air band now, and it's now scanning for frequencies, but I have over here a manual scan button. I press that, now I can press up and down scan. Now I press one of those buttons, and then I just slide in your little piece of cable tie down the side of the button, and there's your spirit box. That's on the air band. Let me zoom in to the actual radio here. Pull out the key, press ham, press manual scan, press the scan button. Manual scan, and put in your little key again. Just want to bring the camera over so you can see the whipping radio. Give you a bit of light. And if an FM radio station bleeds in, it'll show up here. It has an internal antenna and external antenna. I had to buy the external antenna separate, but with this internal antenna you have to screw it in. Some people use the PSP7, they like to hack it so no radio frequencies comes in. All you have to do with this is just screw out the antenna and unplug the external antenna. Let's go another. Let's go marine. Manual scan. There we go. It's not designed for this, but you can get one of these, and like it says, just use a cable tie, a piece of cable tie, and I put this on my keys so I can use this so I don't lose it, you know. But unlike unlike the ham radios, where you have to put you have to amplify the sound, you've got a good enough speaker here, and obviously you can hear it. I haven't tuned in the FM radio yet. Here it is on automatic scan, which you can hear no noise. You press this button right here for your manual scan again, and slide your key. Slide your piece of cable tie down the side of the button as you're pressing it. It'll keep the button pressed. I'm at the early stages of playing with this, but I just wanted to show you that that is available. I bought it for £99 on Amazon. Which is about £20 more than a PSP7. But with this you get quality. Now it does not have batteries. You had to plug it into the wall, but it's a low voltage. You know, you got a little plug at the back, but there is plenty of places on Amazon or eBay where you can get a battery box that would fit this unit, and then you could have it as a mobile unit, you know. But that is it. You know, and as well as this, you know, you've got a metal base on it. It's got a good quality plastic. You know, yes, the PSP7 is good. It's good at what it does. But you gotta admit, the build quality is pretty atrocious. If that was an ordinary radio, you wouldn't pay much than a fiver for it if it was an ordinary radio. But because it does what it does, you know, the price is a lot more. But this is a quality product. It's got a good big speaker. At the back here you got a place for putting an external speaker on the back. DC 9 volts. So if you can get a 9 volt battery unit, you can plug that into the back and you can have it mobile. You know, PC-F. I don't know what that is. I do have to look up the instructions and that. But that is basically what that does. And we're going to go back and see where our satellite, or where is the ISS right now. It's getting even closer. You can see Ireland is up here, and this is where the satellite is heading towards at the moment. So if I get any communication coming down and I pick it up, I'll you know, hopefully have the camera ready in time. You have to remember that this is travelling at an extraordinary high speed, so you're going to have possibly very, very limited time to pick up any communication. That is, if communication is taking place at the time. Right, this is 20 minutes or half an hour after I shot the video, and the satellite is back in the original position that it was when I started shooting the video. So it travels pretty fast, and when I says a couple of hours, what really happened was it approached Ireland in less than 15 minutes from I think it was the north end of America, I think it was at that stage, and it travelled that quick. Now, I didn't get any audio on that, but I did get some beeping and stuff. Now, I'm new to this, but apparently people have been able to get data of what they are sending down, which is transferred pictures and data and stuff, and possibly the beeping noises that I was hearing was that transfer of data. Now, I don't know the first thing about any of that, but apparently with computer technology you can see those pictures coming up and stuff. The question about the scanner as a spirit box, can it be faked? Unfortunately, yes, because the frequencies in a walkie-talkie or an amateur radio, that machine will pick it up. But the thing about it is, you know, I have been honest with you all along. I don't fake stuff. if somebody is using one of those machines and they have a reputation of faking stuff, don't listen to them. Some of us are out to get the truth. We wouldn't do any of that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to show you the box. The box is here. That's basically the box. And at the back here, you have the frequency. So, you know, your scanned radio, your PSP7. Now, the PSP7 has added extra of slowing and speeding up a scan. I've got these ideas in my head, but I can't carry them out physically. But I'm sure some of these electronic whiz kids that are into the paranormal could do something with that. And actually, instead of my little plastic key that I use to slide down the side of the button, you could replace that with a switch. I'm sure there's plenty of room inside that casing. It's an idea, but I physically can't do it myself. But I'm sure it's possible that you could flick a switch and you wouldn't have to keep the button pressed down. I'm sure possibly you could slow and speed up the scan. I don't know anything about that part of it. You know, the paranormal amateur scientists could figure that one out for you. But here is the frequency coverage for this particular unit. 29 to 50 megahertz on VHF low, 50 to 54 megahertz 6 meter ham band, 87.3 to 107.9 megahertz of an FM radio, 108 to 136.99 66 megahertz VHF aircraft, 107 143 9875 megahertz VHF government, 144 to 148 megahertz 2 meter ham band, 148.0125 to 174 megahertz VHF high, 380 399 dot 987 megahertz military aircraft, 400 420 megahertz federal government, 420 to 450 megahertz 70 centimeter ham, and 450 to 512 megahertz UHF low. So there's a lot of bands there, you know. But yeah, that's just you know, I only recently got this, so I don't know much about it. You know, you can use it as a spur box, or you can listen to the, in theory, be able to listen to the ISS, the International Space Station, you know, and people have been using amateur radios to, and they've picked up strange frequencies that they would consider sort of paranormal and stuff like that. But that's the unit. It covers an awful lot more than just FM radio and that, you know. Just thought I would you know, just thought I would show that, you know, if people are interested. But as I says, it can be manipulated. If somebody that you're watching that isn't 100% trustworthy, and they're using one of those as a spur box, I would be very cautious, because machines like that have been used to fake ordinary spur box sessions one of those machines could be hidden somewhere in a building, and they communicate through a mobile device, mobile radio, to that device, and pretend it came from their spirit box and stuff like that. But you know, um, if you're honest and interested in the paranormal, you're not going to cheat. You're not going to pull the wool over people's eyes. At the end of the day, people might fall for that, and you might temporarily be a little bit famous over it. But if your priority's paranormal, you're not gonna fake stuff. But I just thought I would show you that, folks. Um, another thing too, when I says about getting a battery pack, make sure it's the right voltage and make sure it's the right polarity, because if you use a unit with the opposite polarity to the radio, you could damage the unit. So just be careful of that, folks. I'm going to leave it. I'll see you in the next video.